Sabon and Monkosi. Today, I'm going to show a little bit of my own heritage and some of the food that I cooked here at Khetsiwe's kitchen, visiting Lidwala's kitchen. We're going to make Cousa Mahshy. Cousa Mahshy means stuffed zucchini. This is a Cousa in Arabic. And the first thing we're going to do is hollow these out. If you can see, these are already hollowed out. We're going to do the same thing. I find the best way to do this is with the back of a spoon. Hold it. I already cut the top and the end off. And you just start twisting. You want to start screw driving it in. If you push it in too rapidly without proper twisting, it will crack. And it will still be delish, but it won't be perfect. So I'm just, and you can feel kind of where the spoon, the end of the spoon is heading. I'm at this bowl for my guts. Now these squash, this is hollowed out. As you can see, it doesn't go all the way to the end, but it's hollowed out so that we can fill it with a beautiful aromatic blend of rice and some fresh herbs. What I have here is some short grain rice that has been rinsed and now is soaking in water. You need short grain rice for this dish because of the way it absorbs and expands within the squash. The basmati and the longer grain rices don't really, they can turn into mush within this cooking process. So what I'm going to do is just drain this. If you have a busy day, you can just throw your rice in some water in the morning and you can let it soak all day. We're going to just dump this right into here. Okay. Then for our next step, I have our herbs right here. We have some parsley. I left some pieces whole. It's fresh parsley, just chopped up. You can just use all of it because I have nothing else to use it for. Inside. And then we also have some fresh dill. Also just use a lot of that. You can just use all of it because it's delicious. Alright. Next I have some chopped onion. You want this to be relatively small because it's going to be going inside of the cousa, the zucchinis. Here I have some fresh squeezed lime and lemon juice. In Swaziland, it's a little bit hard to find a simple, like limes and lemons are very interchangeable, so you just get what you get. Don't be too picky. The way that I squeeze it, because we don't always have the tools that we're used to having in the States, is I take this spoon and I just twist it into the lemon. That way I don't need any extra tools and I always have a spoon anywhere I go. Alright. Unfortunately this is not seedless, so you can also strain it by just putting your fingers a little bit apart and straining it through your hands. This is all going to get cooked, so if you're worried about sanitation, it will be okay. So now we're just going to mix all these things together. Over here, I have some tomato that we're going to actually cook the entire zucchini in. I'm just going to take one spoonful and add it into here just to help blend those flavors together. And then we're going to use some salt. At the end of the day, you want this to taste like, and you will need to taste it even though the rice is not cooked. It should taste like a lemony salad. And it looks like a salad. So At this point, we need to stuff our cousas. So let's start with our first one. I'm gonna take it like I'm choking it. What I'm doing is making a funnel with my hand to be able to put the rice into it. And then I can use the back of the spoon to push it all the way down into the bottom of my cousa. Alright, so now all of our cousas are all filled with our rice and herb mixture. And now we're ready to prepare the sauce that they're going to be stewed in. The sauce is basically comprised of some tomatoes. These are canned tomatoes, sliced onions, garlic, bay leaf, a chili pepper if you like spicy, I do, and some cumin seeds. I also am going to be throwing in this last bit of parsley and dill in the tomato sauce as well. So I've just turned my oil on, just a little bit, just to coat the bottom of the pan. I'm going to just crack these garlic cloves, not garlics, with my knife. They're going to be cooked whole in the sauce. And I know it looks like a lot of garlic, but actually when it's cooked whole in this way and it's stewed slowly, it will have a very sweet and not overwhelming flavor. So let's go ahead and grab a chicken and throw our onions on. I'm also going to just throw all of our dried spices in. We can toast up with our onions. We can also throw our whole cloves in just for a little flavor development. We're just cooking them until they become translucent. At this point, we can throw in our chunky tomatoes. Start placing in our stuffed cousa into our tomato. Try to arrange them nicely because you've spent so much time filling them and hollowing them out. You don't want them to get ruined or marred by any stirring motion. You want them all to cook equally and evenly. So now we're just going to slowly let it simmer. I would turn it on to low heat because the cousa is pretty dense. We filled it with rice, and things that are dense and solid like that need to be cooked on low heat so the heat can slowly permeate into the core of the item we're cooking, rather than to burn the outside or mush the outside and leave the inside raw. So for that even cooking, we're going to turn it on low heat. We're going to cover it. You need to hold the cousa down. So you want to make sure it doesn't just float up. This is a very traditional method that you will see done in any Palestinian home for any of these mahshi dishes, which could be a stuffed eggplant, stuffed bell peppers, stuffed tomatoes, stuffed squash, zucchini, grape leaves. It always must be held down to ensure it doesn't float to the top and they stay submersed in their liquid. We're just going to cover this, and it should cook in about 45 minutes. You can come and test one of them before you take them all off the stove to check. So So our Cousa Mahshy is now done. We cut into a sample one to make sure that the rice was cooked in the middle. And now we can portion it out. Everyone gets one Cousa and some of the tomato. And we're gonna just enjoy this together.